Hello everybody, welcome to One Drink, a podcast where we talk about one topic for one drink. I'm Matthew.
And I'm Oliver.
And today we are diving into The Wizard of Oz.
That's right. Yep.
We said it last week, we were like, well, we should do a show. We'll forget.
Yep.
Well, we didn't forget.
Didn't forget.
This
Here
time.
it is.
This time.
Mm-hmm. It's the first time in 6 seasons we haven't forgotten something. That's a fact.
So, The Wizard of Oz is a classic.
Yeah.
Who was or is your favorite character, if there is one?
It's tough for me because I like the Tin Man.
Okay.
And I also like the Lion.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And I like the Scarecrow.
Do you? I like the Scarecrow too. I like them all really.
Yeah.
I was never a huge fan of Dorothy. I think she just sort of
Toto.
I think she just sort of rode the coattails of like everybody else.
Right.
But yeah. I'd probably go with the Tin Man if I really had to pick one. Though.
Yeah?
Yeah. I'd probably go with the Tin Man.
Great concept though. Like if you think about it, it's just for even way back then. I mean, what, 1900s?
Yeah. And the Munchkins.
Something.
The Munchkins are pretty cool though.
They were cool.
They were
right?
pretty cool. And the monkeys. I wish I had an army of angry flying monkeys at my disposal. I think that'd be pretty sweet. I
think the Munchkins out of the whole movie were the most popular.
Probably.
The most talked about because even though they were just
people still reference like, oh, you look like a fucking Munchkin.
But what was that song? We're off to see the was that them when they so
stupid.
So yeah, we're gonna give you some crazy unknown facts.
Yeah, some little known facts about the movie.
Yeah.
For sure.
So the next time you watch it,
you'll be like, oh my god.
Do you remember on One Drink when wait a minute. Yeah. So we're gonna be in your head.
We'll be synonymous with the Wizard of Oz.
Every time. You think Wizard of Oz, you're gonna think
One Drink podcast. Can you imagine?
How cool.
Can you imagine if we were that popular?
Oh man. We get a text. Guess what I'm watching?
I know, right?
Wizard of Oz, of course.
Right.
So okay, Julie Garland went on a date with, speaking of Munchkins, here we go.
Uh-oh.
Julie Garland went on a date with one of the Munchkin actors at the age of 17, accompanied by her mother. When the pair turned up, the actor quipped, "Fair enough, 2 broads for the price of 1.
That's a bold Munchkin.
That's
a G.
He's a pimp.
He's a pimp.
I mean, come on.
He's a pimp.
And
talking to Judy Garland that way too, it's like, whoa, bro. I mean, I know she was only 17 at the time, so she wasn't really that famous then, but she went on to become like a quite the famous actress.
But just think like this dude just like he's feeling good. He's like, yeah, I'm in the movie too. Don't forget about me.
You know, she beat out Shirley Temple.
I did hear that
to get the lead in the movie. So I don't know how weird this movie would have been if it was if the 11-year-old Shirley Temple was cast as Dorothy instead.
Right. It would be
totally different.
It would be
totally
right?
different. Yeah. Yeah.
It's so that's funny. I went to my mom and I was like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna be doing Wizard of Oz this week," and she's like, "Well, did you know Shirley Temple was supposed to beat out Julie Garland?" And I was like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah.
So she's a little knowledgeable about the show, Wizard of Oz. So
that's right.
That Munchkin's a pimp, though.
Yep. All right. So I'm gonna go to Hamilton, who was one of the actors. Suffered a serious accident on set. In the scene where she disappears in a puff of smoke in Munchkin Land.
Yes.
She sustained a 2nd-degree burn to her face. When her makeup caught fire after reacting to the special effects equipment. Wow. So she played the witch.
Yeah, the
Hamilton,
the
Wicked Witch.
Yeah.
And the green makeup that she used, it was green because it was copper-based.
Oh.
Yeah, and that had a reaction to the special effects equipment that they were using, and her face literally caught on fire.
I remember that scene too. I'll be back, my team.
Yeah, poof. Yeah, and her face exploded.
Little did you know that we knew.
Her face actually exploded.
Oh, man.
Yeah, messed up.
Yeah, so they also made that play that was based upon the witch. Did you see that? What was it called? I forgot what it was called, but it was like a famous play. I actually saw it. It was pretty good.
Yeah?
It was like a twist of the Wizard of Oz, but it was just her side
about
of
the Wicked
story.
Witch?
Yeah.
That's cool.
That voice, though. You'll never forget that place.
No. It's like the quintessence. When you think about a witch, it's like your brain automatically assumes that.
Right away.
You know what I mean? Like,
I'm gonna get you, my pretty.
Yep. That ugly ass, busted face. Yep.
Big ass nose.
Yeah.
She was.
100%.
She was a looker.
Yeah. She was something.
Okay. According to Bert Lahr, who played the Cowardly Lion, many of the Munchkins made their living by panhandling, pimping, and whoring, and were often seen wielding knives and getting into drunken brawls.
See, dude?
Now that...
I told you, dude.
That I did not know, and that is great.
Dude, that's why I like the Munchkins, man. They're just a bunch of thugs. They're just a bunch of drunk, broke dudes.
So if you mess with one...
You mess with all of them. Yeah.
Oh, man.
But they're like... I mean, they're... You know, if you break down, like, what my personal friends are...
Yeah.
I mean, it's that.
It's true. Yeah.
Broke, drunk, douchebags. It's perfect.
Pimping and whoring. That's cool, though.
Right?
Oh, so, yeah. I did read a couple facts. I don't think the Munchkins got paid that much.
No.
Like, they got paid...
No, it was very little.
Very little, but I also read that I think Toto the dog got paid more than all the Munchkins.
Really?
Yeah. Huh. Which is... I'd be pissed, too. I'd be pimping and whoring.
Right, if a dog was getting more money than me?
Toto, and it wasn't even in the movie that long.
Fucked up. So speaking of Toto,
okay,
Dorothy's beloved dog was also injured on set.
Damn.
A lot of injuries on this set. I mean, you're talking back in the 30s, so like they didn't really have...
They really had to act everything out. There was no green screen. Right. There was no help.
So a crew member accidentally stepped on the dog's foot, breaking its paw.
Whoops.
She recovered and went on to appear in 15 movies.
What?
Yeah. Apparently this dog was in 15 different movies.
I bet that dog got paid more back then than probably what
Can you imagine being the owner of that dog and being like, I'm rich now because I have a dog.
Yeah. Totally.
I have 2 dogs. Right. Imagine how rich I could be. I could be twice as rich.
Right.
Come on. So if anybody would like to cast a tall, goofy Doberman that loves attention, or a spastic, smaller female Doberman, you can call me.
There has to be opportunity somewhere out there for it.
Yeah.
I mean...
Yeah. My dogs wouldn't listen for shit, though.
So it'd have to be like a background thing?
Yeah.
Like in a
park. They don't stay very well either, so...
They go running.
If there's a scene, though, where you need to pet a dog and have the dog be, like, really into the pet...
Yeah. There you go.
I'm your guy. I got your dog. 100%.
Yeah, so that dog is...
Right.
It's like, wasn't there like a...
There's probably somebody that is related to the person that owned that dog, like a grandson or something like that. That's got a trust. Because how'd you make your money? My grandma had a dog. What?
What dog?
Oh, Toto.
Oh, the Wizard of Oz Toto?
Can you imagine, like, answering those questions all the time? Like, you're the grandson of a lady who had a dog.
I'd be kind of pissed.
I'd be annoyed that I had to talk about that all the time.
I would be like, dude, you're really rich just because of Toto?
Because your whole life has got to be, like, revolved around that stupid movie.
That's it.
And that dumb dog.
And even if you do something good or maybe successful...
No, you'll always be the grandson of the lady that owned Toto. Yeah.
So the grandson of Toto, he started...
I'm not Toto's grandson! You know what I mean?
Do you got my check?
Like, can you imagine all the family functions? They probably only ever talked about that movie.
That's it.
Or that damn dog.
Yeah.
The dog probably sat at the table, too.
Oh, I'm sure.
And the grandson's over there.
Right. At the little kids'
Right, at the little kids' table. The dog's at the
Come here,
dog
Toto!
Table, right. Hey, this dog bought this food. Be grateful. Fuck that dog.
Yeah. Wow.
That's so funny.
Toto, popular dog, for sure. All right, Beverly Hillbillies actor Buddy Ebsen was originally picked to play the Tin Man, but was forced to withdraw after having severe reactions to the aluminum dust in his makeup, which left him in an iron lung. He has had lasting problems from the short-lived role, complaining about his involvement in the damned movie until his death in 2003.
It's crazy.
Wow. It's funny, too. So I got rid of my cable, and I've been watching old shows, and Beverly Hillbillies is one of them.
That's funny.
So that was a funny show, but I know exactly who it is. You know, now that
he was supposed to be Tin Man. Yeah, but he had such a bad reaction to that.
It's crazy.
Yeah, but again, that makeup was made out of aluminum dust.
Ugh.
This, you know, the witch was made out of copper. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy what they were using
just to make a movie
for this. Yeah. So you remember the painted horses, like the horses that were like different colors and stuff?
Yeah.
So you know what they used to dye those horses to make them those colors?
No.
Jello powder.
Just straight Jello.
Jello powder. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and a little bit of water to like make it a. Yeah, that's what they used for the horses.
Must have just been licking each other.
Yeah.
Like,
you know, why couldn't they just have used green Jello for the witch instead of copper, and then her face wouldn't have caught on fire?
Yeah.
It probably would have been a lot cheaper. Because I bet you Jello is a lot cheaper than copper dust.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But it sucks that it stayed with them, though. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But
all right, so here's a cool one. In a surprising twist of fate, the jacket purchased at an op shop, which is sort of like a thrift store. So the jacket that was purchased at a thrift store for Professor Marvel's costume actually belonged to the Oz author. Frank Baum. It was returned to his widow, Maud Gage, after filming wrapped up.
Nice.
Yeah. So the jacket got donated or whatever at some point. They bought it for the movie.
Yeah.
And then it actually turned out to be the author's original jacket. Like, how crazy...
What are the odds?
How crazy is that? It's cool, though, that they... however they figured that out, and then they returned it to his wife.
So wait, who was he? He was the
author of the book that the movie was based on.
But the jacket
was for Oz, for the wizard.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yep. Crazy, right?
Yeah. That's weird. It's just crazy how
that shit comes back around.
Oh my god, it's so weird.
All the time.
It's just like you were sitting in front of the violinist.
Yeah.
You know,
an hour before he came on One Drink Music.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
Oh,
it's nuts.
Man. That's how the world works sometimes. Jack Haley, who took over the role of Tin Man, also had a reaction to the makeup, which was changed to paste, leaving him with an eye infection. Dude.
You want to talk about eye infections?
Oh, God.
So Matt and I are both quite susceptible to styes.
Yes.
Which they're not contagious.
No.
Or weird in any way. It's literally an infection in your eye duct.
Yeah.
You can get it by touching something and then touching your eye.
Yep.
Some people are more susceptible to them than others.
And I was getting a little nervous because it was Monday. We had our meeting Tuesday, I think. And my eye was my eyes just get swollen and black for some reason.
Well, you know, it's not that bad though, because it only hurts when you blink.
Yeah, I know.
You know, which is
always. So I was making sure. I was like, all right, by Saturday this thing's got to go. I mean, I think it was up until last night. It finally
started going back down.
It just bursted.
A warm compress on it helps a lot.
Oh yeah. I was. I'm surprised I'm not blind in this eye from all the shit that I've been putting on my eyeball. But yeah, it seems like the makeup back then, you know, it was just, you know,
terrible.
It was terrible, and you know, these back then, I'm sure acting, you know, you get a role, you take it, right? You know? And this just happened to be one of the biggest movies ever. So,
yep. All right, so Judy Garland was forced to lose 12 pounds to get the role of Dorothy.
Wow.
As she was competing against 11-year-old Shirley Temple.
12 pounds doesn't seem like a lot.
Yeah, but when you're as small as Judy Garland, 12 pounds is a lot of weight. You know what I mean? Because she wasn't, you know, in that movie, she's tiny.
Oh, yeah.
And adding 12 more pounds is not like she was going to be large. You know what I mean?
Yeah, she wasn't that big.
No, she was little in the movie. Yeah. And even if you put 12 more pounds on her at the time, she would have still been little. You know what I mean? So it's like, that's like asking me to lose 30 pounds right now. For what? For what? Where?
Dude, no.
Where? What am I going to chop an arm off? You know what I mean? Am I going to start losing limbs here? Because, I mean, 30 pounds ain't going to come from anywhere.
Can't lose any more weight.
Right.
There's the 30.
I'm only down 24. We're going to have to lose some fingers or something.
Damn.
Fuck, man.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so in yet another makeup blunder. Hey, it's.
I guess we're just.
I'm glad
It's crazy.
don't have to come across any of this. Margaret Hamilton, the Wicked Witch of the West, swallowed some of the copper-based makeup and was forced to live on liquids for days. It took 2 weeks for her face to lose its green color.
Damn.
Just accidentally, you know.
Right, just swallow something.
I mean, if this stuff is doing this to all these other
so I mean, if she was on liquids and she was probably having like a, she probably had like heavy metal poisoning or whatever.
Yeah.
And was like vomiting and having the runs for a couple days, dude.
Like, I can't do this scene!
Gotta go!
Cut!
Is that part of the scene? No, it's not part of the scene!
So yeah, makeup blunders all over the place with the Wizard of Oz.
A lot of wardrobe issues as well. So the lion costume was made out of actual lion hair and skin, and it weighed 70 pounds.
I was gonna say.
So the actor, I was reading, he had to take off his costume in between every shoot because it was so heavy and so hot. And then the monkeys, several of them almost died from heat exhaustion. They had to be taken to the hospital because their costumes were so heavy and so hot on set. Because like the lights and everything, you know what I mean? It was like 100 degrees on set or something like that.
Now, have you heard of the famous scene where they're walking and someone committed suicide? Have you heard this? So there's like one scene where they're walking down the yellowbrickroad, and in the background they say that there's like a person that hung on themselves or committed suicide.
Really?
And you can actually
one of the crew,
and you could see it, you know.
Oh shit!
And that they never took out. I don't know if it's a conspiracy thing, but
it's probably.
Yeah.
That's weird. I'm gonna have to look that up when I get home. 100%.
Watch the whole movie.
I have to go watch it. What the fuck is this guy?
Right.
It's fucked up. All right, my last one. The costumes worn by the witch's guards and the winged monkeys were so heavy that most of them had to wear facial prosthetics as well. So they had like stuff over like on their face, like for the masks. That some of them almost died of heat exhaustion, and a bunch of them came down with heat stroke.
Wow.
Like I was saying. So they had the prosthetics on.
Yeah.
Like the masks on their face. But back then they weren't like sort of like they are now, you know what I mean? Where it's like some of this, some of that. Yeah. It was like a thick rubber, like glued to your face kind of thing. Like not a comfortable thing. And they had who knew what was in that plastic back then? I was just going to say. What I mean? I mean, we got copper, aluminum, we got, people getting the runs. Eye infections. This lady was green for weeks after shooting. It's crazy.
But, I mean, knowing all this, the movie came out damn good. I mean, we know a lot about editing now. So editing works wonders. Yeah. You can do a lot.
Imagine having to do it back then. Actually taking the reel and cutting it and then putting it back together. Yeah. That was editing then.
There's no... we're not cutting nothing.
No.
It's a one take.
Well, that's why when the guy died, they weren't going to do it again.
Right.
They were like, nah, dog. We ain't doing that again.
Oh, man.
Screw it.
I do remember back in the day watching The Wizard of Oz. And back when I was younger, we would partake with a little bit of acid, And if you do start it at a certain point, I'm sure this is on the internet, that's how we got it, blah, blah, blah. It is a completely different movie. So it's like when the color comes in, it's to a Pink Floyd song, it's like, money, and then you just...
And then you're gone.
You're off into a whole different Wizard of Oz. But, yeah, that was, there's a lot, I mean... There's a million more facts, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
But,
yeah, these were just the ones that we thought was pretty cool.
Yeah. So, also, I got one cool thing.
Yeah.
I was golfing the other day. And remember we were talking about pet rocks? We're like, I'm going to get you a pet rock.
Oh, my God, yeah. And it comes with a box, too.
Right.
Yep.
That doesn't get recycled.
Yeah. Didn't we find out it was like $28 or something like that for a fucking box with a rock in it?
Yeah.
So ridiculous.
Well, not this time. I found this rock at Duran Golf Course, and it's pretty cool. You're supposed to hide these. right? And you pick them up, and there's a Facebook page.
I heard about those. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's ROC Rocks on Facebook. So I found it, and I am going to take it to its next destination.
There you go.
But I bet you guys on the page never thought that this rock would make it on a podcast.
Boom.
So I thought that was pretty cool. So I took a picture, but now I'm going to send a video.
So now it's famous rocks.
So this is going to be the most famous rock. This bad boy.
In the rock.
In the rock. Yes.
Most famous rock in the rock.
So where am I going to put it next? I don't know.
I don't know. We'll have to come up with a cool place.
I have an idea where I want it to go next. Because when I went on the site.
So can we? Okay, I'll tell you what. If anybody from Rocks sees this podcast, right?
Yeah. One Drink Podcast.
Yeah. So you guys got the little paperback here. Can we put one on here as well that says "Found by One Drink Podcast"?
Why can't we? We can do whatever we want.
Or see this rock on One Drink Podcast?
Yes. Yeah.
We're gonna put it right there.
Yep.
Yep.
So this rock went from all the way Durand Park.
Yep.
It made its way all the way to Henrietta.
Yep. And now?
And where's it gonna go next? I don't know.
Where's it gonna go next?
But
I'll tell you what, if you find this rock,
yes,
and you comment on the show or on our Facebook page, if you find this rock, show us a picture of you with this rock.
Yeah.
You can come on the show.
Come on the show.
Yeah.
It'll be great.
On the show. It'll be great. It's like an Easter egg hunt.
Yeah, so this is all over Rochester. So it's not just this rock. There's a lot of them, which is pretty cool. It's definitely different.
Yep.
When I saw it, I was like...
I think it's a pretty cool little random thing to do.
Yeah. So, and I was just like, you know what? This is going to be the most famous rock.
I like it.
Because, I mean, who knows where it was before me?
Yep.
I was on the site, but,
Yeah.
So, yes, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. I like it. Anyways, guys, that's going to do it for us today.
Yep.
Don't forget, hit that subscribe button down below. It's right here.
Yep.
Or here. Or here. Or there. Or there. I don't know where it is.
It's
visible.
there.
Just click on it. In the time that it took me to figure out where on this box it is, you could have already clicked on it.
Yep.
And don't forget, you can also hit that bell notification and be the first ones notified whenever our new episodes hit.
Oh, yeah.
You follow us on both Facebook, YouTube, and listen to us on all major platforms.
Everywhere. And if you do that, just share.
Yeah. Share to a friend.
Quick share to one friend.
Quick share to one friend.
That's it.
That's it. So easy.
Simple.
Done. Just like us.
Yes. Just like this show. We're done.
We're done. Anyways, guys, until next time. Cheers. We're such idiots.
What's up, guys? This is Alex from Gods and Gladiators. I want to give a shout out to my friends at One Drink Podcast, and I also want to give a shout out to my friend Nando from Wicked by Designs. He's been inspiring me to make a lot of new artwork. I've been working with a lot of brass, sculpting it out. This is his work right here. He numbers all his pieces and does all these by hand. If you want to check him out on Instagram, Wicked by Design. There's definitely, he's definitely my friend on Instagram. But he also sent me this copper here as a blank, and I carved this out. He sent these bullet shells, and I use that as an eye. So basically what I'm doing here is just having fun. This is not, I am selling these, they're on the website, but this stuff is more or less for art therapy for me, because this is not what I do, but I do this because it's just something I want to get into, and I just jumped in, and whatever happens, happens here. I'm not too worried about the outcome. I'm just doing it to relax a little. And some of these are nice, so, I figure if I can make a buck on the side too with them, sure, why not? So, basically, I just wanted to show you what I do as far as an art therapy thing goes. Try to make something on the side, and just collaborate with my friends from One Drink Podcast and Nando from Wicked by Design, and how it all goes full circle. Okay? One love, one world, and we'll see you all soon. Peace!